Hey there, online students. This is Dr. Buer. It's the weekly video update for Monday, October the 10th. We're in the 7th week of classes. We're now officially halfway done with the semester. Semesters here at DTS have 15 weeks, 14 weeks of classes, and then the final week of exams. So I guess we're not entirely halfway, but we are just about there. So we've still got a lot of learning to do, so I hope you're looking forward to figuring out what we've got going on this week. But I've got some big news for you. If you have not yet opened Logos yet this morning, you need to do so because Logos 10 is now out. I'm free to tell you that now because they have publicly released it to us, to our students. If you only have Logos 9, you should close it down and restart it, and the update should start back up. What you'll notice is a new interface, a lot of good speed improvements, and so we're pretty excited about it. You'll get some publication from the seminary, some social media notices a little bit in the future, but go ahead and get it downloaded and start making good use of it. All right, so what we've got going on this week in our classes in NT 5103 online, we are about to wrap up our first big module on syntax. You can see that we are towards the end of working through the syntax of the verb, and so we are now about to hit quiz 3. You've still got one more study guide to do, and then we've got a week break where we're going to work on the exam. The exam is going to be due a week from Wednesday, and so in next week's weekly video update, I'll tell you a little bit more about what to expect, but you can go ahead and click on the information for the syntax exam, and it will tell you. You'll also notice that I've got a meeting scheduled with you for next Tuesday, a Zoom meeting. If you'd like to join in, you'll notice that that's going to be October 14th at 1 p.m. No requirement to do so, but if you've got some questions about how to get ready for the exam or what's going to be on the exam, happy to help you take care of that. So I'm sorry, I said that meeting was next Tuesday. This is the meeting on the 14th, which is actually this Friday. So that'll give you a little bit more time to study after we meet. All right, so in NT 5104, we are currently working on the commentary. You'll see that we've got a analytical and synthetic method, and we are now getting to the commentary where we put it into a prose explanation. You could argue that the commentary is both analytic and synthetic, because what it does is it forces you to work with the details to explain the big picture of the message and the flow of the argument. So this is a pretty important exercise. This is where you begin to put your effort into communicating it well so that people can understand what you have learned from the biblical text. So this is a pretty important exercise. You'll notice that the commentary has a model, a sample commentary that you can use. Don't imitate it slavishly, but it's something that you can kind of use to guide your thinking and what we're looking for. On average, at this point, you should expect about 1 page per verse. So since you are writing on on Ephesians chapter 2, verses 11 through 13, you'll turn in approximately 3 pages single-spaced. So just use that as a rough guide. If you are really short, that means you probably need to add material. If you're really long, you need to cut back, because we can't put everything in here. We've got to put in the details that support the argument and the flow that we're seeing in this particular passage. And then, of course, if you need to, you can contact me with any questions on the commentary. You'll see that there's a discussion area where you can ask me particular questions. Now, in NT 5110, we are currently working on one of my favorite modules in the class, Historical Criticism in 7 Areas of New Testament Discussion. I've always loved learning about how people have studied the New Testament. And this gives you insight into the shape of the current discussion. It shows you areas that have been continual areas of investigation, and it kind of explains why we're asking the questions that we ask at this point in our study of the New Testament historically. But it's a pretty traditional module. We've got reading, you have videos, and then you have another discussion question to dig into for this week. So I hope all of you are having a great fall. Fall is kind of here in Dallas, which has kind of been fun. It's been pleasant to be outside, and then the weather's been nice, but we've still got a lot of learning to do, so I encourage you to stay focused on our classes and to really enjoy the process. I look forward to working with you online this week. Take care and God bless.